Hello everyone, welcome to Rung Life Sciences. In this video, we are going to see chapter 1, the living world of class 11th of botany subject. Right, so first of all, what is living? What do you mean by a living organism? And what are the defining properties of a living organism? A living organism is a self-replicating, self-regulating. They have the ability to interact with others, and they are capable of responding to external stimuli. Now, what are the differences between living organism and non-living things? So what are the properties that distinguish living organism from non-living things? So first of all, we have growth, then reproduction, we have metabolism, then we have consciousness, then interaction, then we have genetic material. So these are the properties that distinguish a living organism from non-living things. But out of these properties, which ones are the defining properties? What do you mean by defining properties? The properties which are present in all the living organisms, but absent in non-living things. So one by one we'll see all these properties and see which ones are the defining properties, right? So first of all, growth. So growth occurs both in living organisms as well as in non-living objects. In living organisms, growth occurs from inside and through cell division. And in non-living objects, growth occurs by accumulation of material on the surface. So as growth occurs in both living organisms and non-living objects, growth is not considered as defining property. Next, reproduction. Reproduction can occur either through sexual method involving gametes or asexual methods involving budding, fragmentation, asexual spores, etc. Now, reproduction occurs only in living organisms. It does not occur in non-living things. But reproduction does not occur in all the living organisms. Examples are mules, sterile worker bees, infertile human couples. So as reproduction does not occur in all the living organisms, it is also not considered as a defining property. Next, we have metabolism. So we all know that living organisms are made up of chemicals, and there are a number of chemical reactions that takes place inside their bodies. So metabolism is the sum total of all the chemical reactions that takes place in a living organism. So there are two types of reactions in metabolism: anabolism and catabolism. Anabolism is a constructive process where complex molecules are formed from simpler molecules. And catabolism is a destructive process where complex molecules are broken down into simpler molecules. Next, we have consciousness. Consciousness means being aware of the surroundings and responding accordingly. And responding to the external stimuli is known as irritability. Example for this is plant response. Response of plants to external stimulus like light, water, temperature, etc. Now, human beings are the only organisms who are aware of themselves. That is, they have self-consciousness. Then, so consciousness occurs in all the living organisms, but does not occur in non-living objects. So, consciousness is a defining property. Here also, metabolism occurs in all the living organisms but is absent in non-living things. So metabolism is also a defining property. Okay. So consciousness is a defining property. Next, interactions. Now all living phenomena is due to interactions. For example, a tissue is made up of many cells, and these cells interact with each other to give the tissue its property. And a cell has many organelles. These organelles interact with each other to give a cell its property. Now, macromolecules like starch have many molecules which interact with each other. So, interactions is the basic phenomena which occurs in all the living organisms, and all the living organisms are able to interact with each other and to others. So, interaction is also a defining property as it occurs in all the living organisms but absent in non-living things. Genetic material is present in all the living organisms, and They are linked to one another by sharing of common genetic material. So genetic material is also a defining property.
Life Sciences is now Saraanshbiosciences.